You don't need $1 billion to have $1 billion mindset.
You need standards. In America, everybody wants to be rich.
But most people are drowning in car payments, credit card debt, and lifestyles they can't afford. A billionaire mindset doesn't flex.
It calculates.
While someone is upgrading their phone every year, you're upgrading your skills. While someone is financing a car to look successful,
You're building something that actually makes money. The billion-dollar mindset understands one thing. Freedom is more important than looking rich. It's waking up early while the world sleeps. It's learning about investing
instead of binge watching another series,
It's choosing long-term ownership
over short-term pleasure. Most people ask, how much does it cost?
The billion-dollar thinker asks,
How much will this make me in 5 years? They don't just work for a paycheck. They build assets,
businesses,
equity skills that can't be replaced by AI.
multiple streams of income.
They know a 9 to 5 can pay the bills, but ownership builds wealth. They delay gratification.
They study money. They network intentionally. They protect their time like it's worth millions.
Because one day it will be. Here's the difference: average mindset.
I hope I get lucky.
$1 billion mindset: I'll build until luck finds me.
It's not about being flashy. It's not about going viral. It's not about impressing strangers on social media. It's about discipline.
It's about vision.
It's about thinking
Bigger than your current bank account. Because wealth starts in the mind.
long before it shows up in your bank app. Think long-term.
Move with purpose.
Build in silence. And one day you won't just look successful. You'll be free. Let's be honest. In America, it's easy to look successful. Lease the car.
Finance the watch. Use credit for the vacation.
Post it online. But the billion-dollar mindset, it plays a different game. It asks, is this building my future or feeding my ego?
Because real wealth isn't loud. It's the investor quietly buying assets.
The entrepreneur reinvesting profits instead of upgrading lifestyle. The person saying no to distractions while everyone else is saying yes to comfort. The billion-dollar mindset understands compounding. Not just in money and habits.
If you improve 1% every day, if you read 10 pages a day, if you save and invest consistently, 5 years from now, you won't recognize yourself.
While others chase trends, you build systems. While others complain about inflation,
You increase your value. Because here's the truth in America. Opportunity is everywhere. But discipline is rare.
and the rare always gets rewarded. The billion-dollar mindset doesn't panic in recessions. It prepares before they happen.
It doesn't blame the economy.
It studies it. It doesn't say, I can't afford it.
It says, how can I earn more? It doesn't fear competition. It becomes so valuable it can't be ignored.
And when setbacks happen, because they will,
It doesn't quit. It adapts.
it learns.
It grows stronger. Because a billion-dollar mindset knows wealth isn't built in comfort. It's built in pressure.
So the next time you feel behind,
The next time you feel broke, the next time you feel overlooked,
remember this: your current situation is temporary. But your mindset, that's permanent.
change that, and everything changes.
Think ownership. Think legacy. Think generational wealth. Not just for you, but for your future family.
That's the billion-dollar mindset.
Let me tell you something most people won't admit.
In America, you can make 6 figures and still be broke.
You can have the house, the car,
the designer clothes and still have no freedom. Because income is not wealth. Ownership is.
The billion-dollar mindset understands this early.
It doesn't chase status.
It chases leverage.
Leverage of time. Leverage of skills. Leverage of money.
While most people trade time for dollars, the billion-dollar thinker
Builds systems that make money.
while they sleep.
They ask different questions.
Average mindset, how can I get a raise?
Billion-dollar mindset. How can I own a piece of the company?
Average mindset, how can I save money?
Billion-dollar mindset. How can I multiply money?
That difference seems small.
But over 10 years, it changes everything. The American trap.
Here's the trap. You graduate. You get a job.
You finance a car. You upgrade apartments. You increase lifestyle every time your income increases. And before you know it,
You're successful on paper, but financially trapped. The billion-dollar mindset avoids lifestyle inflation. When income increases, investments increase first. Assets increase first. Knowledge increases first. They live below their means.
while building above their level. That's not being cheap.
That's being strategic. Emotional discipline.
Money isn't just math.
It's emotional control.
Can you delay gratification? Can you say no when your friends are saying yes? Can you invest consistently even when the market drops? Because wealth is built by the calm, the patient,
The disciplined. Not the impulsive. Not the flashy. The billion-dollar mindset doesn't get
excited about quick money.
It gets excited about predictable systems. Rental income. Equity. Businesses.
Intellectual property.
Long-term investments.
Because they understand compounding. Compounding isn't sexy.
But it's powerful. Skills over salary. In today's America, technology is replacing jobs. AI is replacing tasks.
Automation is replacing labor.
The billion-dollar mindset doesn't panic. It upgrades. It learns skills that are rare. Skills that create value. Skills that solve problems because income follows value.
And the more problems you can solve,
The more you're worth, not just to one employer.
but to the marketplace.
And the marketplace pays big. Long-term vision. Most people think in weeks.
Some think in months.
Very few think in decades. The billion-dollar mindset thinks in decades.
What will this decision do for me in 10 years?
Is this building equity? Is this building leverage? Is this building freedom? It sacrifices now for exponential later. And that's where most people fail.
They want immediate results. But wealth rewards consistency.
Identity shift. Here's the real secret.
You don't become wealthy by chasing money. You become wealthy by becoming the type of person
Who attracts and manages money? Responsible,
strategic.
focused, patient. Because
If you give $1 million to someone with a poor mindset, they'll lose it, but give opportunity.
to someone with a billion-dollar mindset,
They'll multiply it.
wealth is a character test. And character is built in private. In the mornings, you wake up early. In the nights, you study instead of scrolling.
In the weekends, you build instead of party. Nobody applauds those moments. But those moments build empires.
The final truth. The billion-dollar mindset isn't about being extreme. It's about being intentional. Every dollar has a purpose. Every hour has a mission. Every decision has a direction. You stop reacting to life.
You start designing it, you stop asking for permission.
You start creating ownership.
And one day, you look back and realize the wealth didn't start in your bank account.
It started in your thinking.
Think bigger. Move smarter.
Stay disciplined. Build quietly.
Because the loud ones get attention.
But the focused ones get rich. Brief pause. The question isn't, can you become wealthy?
The real question is, are you willing to think differently?
Long enough for it to happen.
Here's something most people don't understand. Money doesn't change you, it reveals you.
If you're disciplined before money, you'll be powerful with it. If you're reckless before money, you'll be exposed by it. That's why the
billion-dollar mindset focuses on identity first. You don't say, I want to be rich.
You say,
I want to become the kind of person who builds wealth. Because wealth isn't an event. It's a byproduct. Ownership over everything in America.
employees get paid.
Owners build equity.
Employees clock in, owners build systems. Employees hope for retirement.
Owners create exit strategies.
The billion-dollar mindset asks, what do I own? Not just what do I earn. Do you own assets? Do you own skills? Do you own your time? Do you own your decisions?
Because when you own nothing,
you depend on everything, and dependence is expensive.
Freedom is built through ownership.
The power of focus. Look around. Notifications.
Social media.
Trends. Distractions everywhere. The average mind is scattered. The billion-dollar mind is focused.
Laser focused. One skill mastered. One business built properly.
One investment strategy executed consistently.
Not chasing every opportunity, but dominating one.
Because scattered energy creates small results. Focused energy builds empires.
Generational thinking.
Most people think about the next paycheck. The billion-dollar mindset thinks about the next generation.
How can I build something that lasts? How can I create assets that pay my family for decades? How can I break the financial cycle?
That's when everything changes.
You stop thinking about impressing strangers. You start thinking about protecting your bloodline. You stop asking, what can I buy? You start asking, what can I build? Because buying makes you look rich. Building makes you wealthy.
Pressure is a privilege.
There will be stress.
There will be risk. There will be doubt.
But pressure is not punishment.
Pressure is preparation. Diamonds are formed under pressure.
Strong minds are built under resistance.
The billion-dollar mindset doesn't avoid pressure. It grows through it.
It understands that comfort never created greatness. An average never created freedom.
The discipline nobody sees.
Here's the part social media doesn't show.
The late nights. The failed attempts.
The investments that didn't work.
The business ideas that flopped. The sacrifices.
Because wealth is not built in highlights. It's built in hidden work.
In the discipline nobody claps for. In the consistency nobody notices.
Until one day they call you lucky. But luck didn't build it. Standards did.
Focus did, discipline did the final shift. The billion-dollar mindset is simple. Think long-term. Move strategically.
Control emotions.
Own assets. Increase value. Protect time and, most importantly,
refuse to stay average.
because average thinking creates average income.
Average discipline creates average results. Average risk creates average life. But when you think bigger,
When you demand more from yourself,
when you stop negotiating with your potential,
that's when everything shifts. Not overnight, but inevitably.
voice slows down. Music softens. You don't need $1 billion to start.
You need $1 billion standard. So ask yourself tonight, are your habits aligned with wealth?
Are your decisions building ownership?
Are your sacrifices intentional?
Because your future isn't built by what you want. It's built by what you consistently do.
Think bigger,
Move smarter.
build quietly, and let time reveal the results.
That is the billionaire mindset.
Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Most people don't fail because they're incapable.
They fail because they're inconsistent.
The billion-dollar mindset understands this. Success isn't about intensity. It's about endurance.
Anybody can be motivated for a week. Anybody can grind for a month.
But can you stay disciplined for 5 years?
Can you stay focused when results are slow?
Can you keep building when nobody notices?
That's the separator. Comfort is the real enemy in America.
Comfort is easy.
Food delivered. Entertainment endless, credit available. Distractions everywhere. You don't have to struggle to survive. And that's the danger. Because when survival is easy,
Growth requires intention. The billion-dollar mindset chooses discomfort on purpose.
waking up early, learning new skills,
Investing instead of spending.
networking instead of isolating. It leans into hard things. Because hard things build rare people.
And rare people get paid.
Control the narrative. You know what average thinking sounds like.
The economy is bad.
There are no opportunities.
The system is against me. The billion-dollar mindset sounds different. Where is the opportunity in this? How can I position myself better? What skill would make me unstoppable?
It doesn't deny reality, it adapts to it.
Recessions create millionaires.
Technology shifts create billionaires.
Crisis creates leverage for the prepared. The question is never, is it hard? The question is, are you prepared?
Time is the real currency.
Everybody talks about money.
But billion-dollar minds protect time. Because money lost can be earned again. Time lost is gone forever. They don't waste hours arguing online. They don't waste years in toxic environments. They don't waste energy trying to impress people who don't matter. They audit their time like accountants audit finances.
Where are my hours going? What is this producing? Is this compounding? Because when you master time,
Money follows identity before income.
here's something powerful.
If you don't upgrade your identity,
You'll sabotage your income.
if deep down you believe people like me don't get rich, you'll unconsciously cap yourself.
The billion-dollar mindset rewrites identity. I am capable. I am valuable.
I am disciplined. I build, not consume. I invest, not impress.
You start acting like the person you're becoming before.
The results arrive.
And eventually reality catches up. The power of standards. Average people set goals. Elite people set standards. A goal says I want to make more money. A standard says I do not miss workouts. I read daily, I invest monthly. I don't tolerate laziness from myself.
Standards remove negotiation.
And negotiation is where most people lose. The billion-dollar mindset doesn't argue with alarms. It doesn't argue with discipline. It doesn't argue with growth. It executes final elevation.
Imagine yourself 10 years from now. One version of you stayed comfortable,
Avoided risk. Chased entertainment. Spent to look successful.
the other version built quietly, learned consistently,
Invested strategically.
thought long term. Those two lives will look completely different.
And the difference won't be talent. It will be mindset.
You don't need luck, you need alignment. Alignment between your habits,
Your vision. Your standards. Your actions. Because when those align, progress becomes inevitable. The billion-dollar mindset is not about ego. It's about elevation. It's about choosing growth when comfort calls. It's about choosing ownership when dependency is easier. It's about choosing discipline
when excuses are available.
It's about becoming rare.
And in a world full of average thinking,
Rare wins.
now ask yourself,
Are you building a life that looks rich?
or a life that is free
Because the billion-dollar mindset chooses freedom.
every single time?
Let's go deeper.
Most people think wealth is about luck,
Inheritance or timing. But that's a lie. The truth, wealth is created by decisions.
small, consistent, intelligent decisions over time.
Morning habits, the foundation.
Billion-dollar thinkers don't wake up.
Scrolling their phones. They wake up early when the world is still quiet. While others are sleeping.
They're planning their day,
Reading business books or articles. Studying investments.
improving skills that pay dividends for years. They understand that how you spend your mornings determines how you spend your life. A simple change. Wake up 1 hour earlier than everyone else. Do something that your future self will thank you for. That's compounding in action money decisions. Beyond instant gratification.
Here's the difference. Most people spend every extra dollar.
Billion-dollar thinkers invest every extra dollar. When they get a bonus, they invest it.
When they earn extra income.
They scale a side business. When they have a win, they reinvest in themselves. Not in fleeting luxury. Because they understand.
Spending to impress others keeps you poor. Investing to impress your future self creates freedom.
Relationships matter. Build a network that elevates you.
The billion-dollar mindset isn't just about money. It's about the people around you. If you spend all your time with people
who are content with mediocrity, you'll slowly start thinking like them. Billion-dollar thinkers are intentional. They seek mentors who have walked the path. They surround themselves with people who challenge
and inspire them.
They cut ties with toxic influences that drain energy.
Your network isn't just a social circle.
It's a financial multiplier. Failure, the secret ingredient.
Let's be honest, you will fail multiple times.
But billion-dollar minds view failure differently.
It's not rejection. It's not proof you're incapable.
It's feedback, it's a lesson.
It's an opportunity to adjust and scale.
Every billionaire, every successful entrepreneur has failed more than most people even try.
The difference is mindset.
They fail strategically.
They fail forward. They learn faster than anyone else.
Long-term vision, think in decades.
Most people plan for weeks,
months, or at best a few years. Billion-dollar thinkers plan for decades.
They ask, where will this decision put me in 5 years? How will this investment pay off in 10? What skills will I need in 20 years to stay relevant?
Because wealth is not an event.
It's a lifetime of decisions stacked properly.
Daily discipline, the invisible work. Here's what nobody sees.
The late nights reading about investing. The early morning studying markets or business trends. The sacrifices to skip a night out.
So they can work on a project that pays off later. Discipline is invisible. Results are visible. And one day, your future self will thank you. Final shift identity over income.
The billion-dollar mindset isn't about chasing money. It's about becoming the person who naturally attracts it. Ask yourself,
do you act like the person who can manage wealth? Do you think like the person who creates multiple income streams?
do your habits reflect your long-term goals?
Or just your short-term desires? Because money will always test your character.
And your character determines whether you keep it
or lose it. So here's the challenge. Stop thinking about being rich. Start thinking about being valuable.
Stop chasing quick wins.
Start building systems that last. Stop following trends.
Start creating standards. Think strategically. Act intentionally and always operate with a long-term mindset.
That is the billion-dollar mindset.